And now, BillyCBoxing.com presents Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down with Billy C. Here he is, Billy C.
Thank you, Jeremy. And we're coming at you from the Billy C studio in Lake George, New York. I'm Bill Calogero. And it's time for BillyCBoxing.com's Professional Boxing's Thumbs Up and Thumbs Down for today, Friday the 13th of July in the year 2012. I want to remind everybody that we got a new show coming out, and it's called, it's not boxing. I just want to remind everybody, it's called Talking New York Sports with Billy C and Brooklyn Mike. Now, it's going to debut tomorrow live right here on BillyCBoxing.com. You can also check the replay out on our YouTube page or at LDL TV. But if you get a chance, it airs on Saturdays from 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That's New York time for my out-of-country listeners. And come on, tune in. Go to BillyCBoxing.com. Check it out live. And get into the chat room, the Billy C Boxing chat room, and join in the reindeer games. We're going to be talking about all sports that take place in New York, and I think you're going to love it. If you like other sports, if you're just a diehard boxing fan, then don't worry about it. But if you like sports, check it out. I think you're going to like it, and we think it's going to go someplace. So it's Talking New York Sports with Billy C and Brooklyn Mike. Debuts tomorrow, July 14th, so check it out. Okay, thumbs up. I got several thumbs up and only really one thumbs down. Let's start off. Thumbs up goes to Glenn Johnson, who, come on, man, in my opinion, he's the only 43-year-old fighter who still has something to offer. He's still competitive. This is a guy that always gives it his all. He's a professional. He's really the only throwback fighter that you can honestly say is a throwback to fighters of yesteryear. What I mean by that is guys that take their job very seriously. He's willing to fight anybody, any place, any time. He fights for big money. He fights for little money. If he loses, it doesn't kill him. He goes back and fights again. Listen, this is a guy that needs to be remembered. Not that his career is over right now, but it will be soon enough. And the bottom line is that 43 years old, what I love the most about him is that he's still extremely competitive. I'm predicting in the fight that he has tonight against a young Polish fighter, the Polish Prince, as a matter of fact, Fonfara. I think he's going to win the fight, and I think he's going to be in another big fight shortly. So I got to give a thumbs up to Glenn Johnson just for being Glenn Johnson. Thumbs up goes to Amir Khan versus Danny Garcia. Despite me disagreeing with the WBA for giving Amir Khan his belt back, this fight deserves a thumb up. Why? Because it features two young fighters. You know, one's 24, one's 25. They're both going at it. They're both fighting each other. There's some significance behind this fight. You know, the one thing that I want people to understand is that this fight, there's really going to be no loser. And what I mean by that is the winner of this fight will clearly be the top of the junior welterweight division. But the loser shouldn't be considered as someone that's dropping too far down. Both of these fighters are legitimate top 10, even more, maybe top 5 fighters. And I don't think that the loser in this case, unless somebody gets blown out, which I don't think is going to happen, should drop too far down as a result of the L. I give the fight a thumbs up because of what's on the table and at stake here for two young fighters. Not so much the belts. I'm very uptight about the WBA and the belt, but you'll hear that in a second. But thumbs up to Amir Khan and Danny Garcia. Thumbs up to, again, Dereck, Chisora, and David Haye. This time I'm going to give them a thumbs up for basically keeping interest in the heavyweight division. This fight has drawn more interest for two fighters, one fighter who's been out of the game for a year, and another fighter who really only has 16 fights, 17 fights, whatever he's got. So there's a lot of interest behind this, and I don't think it's all media. I think a lot of people felt that Chisora did well against Vitaly Klitschko when he fought him in his last fight. A lot of people also think that he got robbed against the Helenas fight. The only fight he legitimately lost was the one against Tyson Fury. He didn't come in shape for that. Not that I'm making excuses. I do think this is going to be a good fight. I just pray that David Haye doesn't run around like the scared little girl that he is. You know, he's been shooting off his mouth. Why doesn't he back it up? The thing I got to give David Haye credit for is he's got punching power, and if he lands on Chisora might find what getting knocked out feels like, because in his 3 losses he hasn't lost at all. So bottom line is thumbs up for this fight. And finally, thumbs up to Billy C. Boxing's very own Tony Treem. I'm giving Tony Treem a thumbs up. Why? Because he's real, man. This is a true boxing historian, and not only does he know his crap about boxing, this guy does it with compassion. I'm glad that he's part of our team, and I'm especially glad that him and I have become such close friends. Tony Treem is a throwback kind of a guy, and he's a historian that a lot of people have to understand that is very important to our sport. I got to give my man Tony Treem a thumbs up for being Tony Treem. Thumbs up, Tony. You know I love you. Now, I got one thumbs down. That goes, not to the WBA. Yeah, I got the thumbs down still yesterday from the WBA, and I'm giving Amir Khan back his belt. They gave it to him. Here, take it. They gave it to him. No, I'm giving a thumbs down to the WBC because, in all of this aftermath and what's going on here with the Sergio Martinez and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fight that's coming up, we all love the fight. We all can't wait for the fight. We've been waiting for the fight, blah, 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 blah. But you know what bothers me? And the reason why I'm giving the WBC a thumbs down, I want to know, why did they strip Sergio Martinez? Now, their wording is that they elevated him to Diamond Champion. Well, if that were the case, why did he have to wait so long to get a, quote, shot against a title that they basically gave to Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., or at least gave him the opportunity to fight for it? My curiosity, I can't get over it. What was the reason? I can't recall what the actual reason was. If you're going to slap a guy on the back and say, hey, we're elevating you to a Diamond Champion, why would he need to fight a guy that's technically at a lower level than him, other than just for the fight? Why does Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. take all his publicity shots with his belt strapped around him and Sergio Martinez with no belt? Why is it that Sergio Martinez is the guy that's getting the shot at the world title when technically he is the world champion? I still don't understand why. And, the WBC deserves to get like 5 or 6 thumbs down just for that. But today, I'm going to only give them 1. Hey, man, that concludes our thumbs up, thumbs down for today. Please check out the Talking New York Sports with Billy C. and Brooklyn Mike tomorrow morning from 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time right here on BillyCBoxing.com live, or check the replays. It's going to be available everywhere. But the most important thing, enjoy the fights this weekend and make sure you tune back in on Monday. Ciao, baby.